if you're seeing this video, then you may need this for later use. I am looking at getting you ready for Algebra 1 to start the school year off confidently with lots of skills that you should already know walking into class for the first day. So we are talking about combining of like terms. I have a few problems here to work with, and let's get started. So when we're looking at like terms, we're looking at things that are exactly the same as far as variables go, but can be different numbers. So like we see the coefficient in front of this. This is a -3, but it's p. This is a +6, but it is also p. So I can combine them because they are both p. So I can just do the normal calculation of what a -3 plus 6 would be. And that is simply going to be 3p. So that's your first question. Now on the second question that you see there, notice that there's only 5b and that's it. There's no other b's here. So that's the only thing. That's not really great, but these are really helpful if you have a highlighter. So if you don't have highlighters for algebra, I would highly suggest you get some so that you can do these easily. Now you can multiply things that are different a little bit, but when we're talking about adding and subtracting, we do need to add and subtract the same types of things. So these are just numbers. So these numbers can be combined like you normally would, but this is a 5b. If you couldn't see it before, it's terrible now. But a 5b, you can't combine this with this because this is something completely different because it's got b at the end of it. So the 5b is just going to be 5b. But you can combine the numbers 6 minus 4 and you get a +2. And so this is as simplified as you are going to get for something with combining of like terms. Now, when we take a look over here, you can see, again, we have something very similar to the first question where we have nothing but r's, right? We have a -9r, our -9 being the coefficient, our variable being the r, and then we have a 10 for a coefficient and a variable of r. So we can just combine these normally like we would. So we would just do 10 and -9, which would give me just 1. And then because it's r's, they would be 1r, or you can just write r if you're comfortable with that. Either of these is a correct answer. Typically you see it written like this, not like this, but if you're new to this, you might want to start off that way. Now the last question, again, we're doing adding and subtracting here. So we're not doing anything where we're multiplying or dividing or anything like that. So you can add like terms. So we can do anything that's an x. I'll do this one, this is a little bit better. And anything else we see x's with. We see this 38x, so we can combine that. Now notice there's a minus sign in front of that. I always highlight the sign in front of it. That's extremely important to help you. Now when we do the last portion, we will combine all the numbers because they're just numbers. So again, you can combine numbers as normal when you're adding and subtracting. And so you've got two sets of items here. So you've got 10x and then you have -38x. So you can reorganize them if you feel like you need to. I'm not going to do that. But 10 minus 38 is going to give you -28. And those are x's. So you're going to put the x at the end. And then you just do your 36 minus 47 like you normally would, just subtract. And you'd end up with an answer of a -11. And so your finalized answer there would be -28x minus 11, and that's it. If you want more questions like these, you can find them on my YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at You Want Algebra. All of these are going to be located in the Are You Ready for Algebra 1 playlist. And don't forget to like, share, and follow me for more if you need your help for Algebra 1 class.